Hi guys, welcome to Pierre Haché Music, and today I'm going to give you 5 of my top practice tips for guitar or ukulele, so be sure to stay tuned. So as always, if you're new here, I really appreciate a thumbs up down below and make sure to subscribe. It means a lot. And I really think you're going to get some value out of this video, so stick around. Each one of these tips can really help you out, and make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon because I will be releasing more videos like this one in the coming weeks with lots of essential and very useful tips. Whether you're a beginner, an advanced player, I think a lot of these will give you new ideas and have you think a little outside the box as far as how to practice ukulele or guitar. So stick around, lots of value coming up. So my first essential tip for practicing ukulele or guitar is to slow down. Very often I find myself repeating to my students, take your time, slow down, don't rush. And it's really true. It requires more focus and patience. It can be challenging to play slowly, but you really do get more results from doing so. Now, it's easier said than done. There's different ways to slow down. One would be to count and between each note or each chord of an exercise or a song. So you could go like strum, and that helps you kind of break it down, stay consistent, and stay slow. Or even strum and strum and So this gives it a triplet feeling, and again, spacing out your chords or notes. Another way to slow down would be to use a metronome, and 40 BPM, 50 BPM is challenging. It's hard to really listen and focus playing notes or strums with the click. It's definitely challenging, and it can seem intimidating at first, but listen, 30 BPM is possible with practice, even slower. It takes a lot of focus and presence, but that's a good goal for you. So using the metronome not necessarily as a tool to go faster and faster, but slower and slower. So you could start at 60, then 50, then 40. So give that a try. That'll definitely slow you down. And my last tip for slowing down is to really listen. Listen to yourself while you practice, paying attention to the sound and paying attention to the space between the chords or the notes. And if you're doing this, it will help you stay slow and stay at a steady pace. Another way to do this, which is a little intimidating for some, I admittedly shy away from it sometimes, but I've also had phases where I record myself a lot. So if you record yourself and then listen back, it will be very clear whether you speed up or if you're truly practicing slow. So recording yourself, even if it's just for 1 minute of an exercise, or say the verse or the chorus of a song, maybe you're practicing just the strumming pattern on its own, this will really help you to identify if you're practicing slow or if you have a tendency to speed up, things like that. So the benefits of practicing slowly are many. It develops focus. It develops a certain presence and concentration in your practice. It also develops precision in your playing. So if you're really going slow, you're focusing on the movements and developing good habits. And so you will develop a certain quality of technique and movement in your practice. So slowing down is huge. It's hard. It requires more focus than playing fast, but there are lots of benefits to it. So that's my first tip. I know I went on a bit of a rant there, but it's an important one. Be sure to practice slow. Slow down. Here comes my second tip for practicing guitar or ukulele. My next tip is to practice one element at a time, one small thing at a time. So this could be a chord transition, say going from C to G. If you still have trouble with that, isolate it and work on that one thing at a time. If it's a written piece, it could be one bar, one measure at a time that you practice and perfect. It could be a part as small as 3 notes, just working on 3 notes and really perfecting. Say if you're learning a solo and there's a part that gives you trouble, practice those 3 notes, just that one little part, slowly. And this zeroed in focus practice will yield big results. It could be one lyric over a particular rhythm or strumming pattern. Where does that one word fall? Is it on an up? Is it in a space? So really isolating the tricky spots and breaking it down to one small element at a time. So that's another big one. Sometimes we just want to run through a whole song or play through the whole solo with some mistakes, but find one little spot and perfect it. My next important tip for you guys is to be consistent. I know you've heard this before, but it really makes a difference. Don't be too hard on yourself though. Can you practice 5 minutes every day? 5 to 10 minutes. That really is a good place to start, especially for kids. You don't want to overwhelm them. Start small. Building up to 20 minutes a day would be a good way to progress for someone who's playing for fun. And if you want to take it a little more seriously, a goal of 1 hour a day would really yield some strong results. So be honest with yourself. You will get as much out of it as the time that you put in. Daily practice is a really good goal, but if 20, 30 minutes is the kind of motivation, the level of desire you have, and if you're playing for the fun of it, you will really get a lot out of 20, 30 minutes a day. And if you are looking to really improve, to get to a high level, maybe you're performing or want to get out there more, an hour a day is a good goal. So don't be too hard on yourself, but try to practice a little bit at least every day. Okay, my 4th tip for you today is to practice the hardest thing first. What's the one thing that scares you? What's the one thing that you shy away from? Dive in. Tackle that thing right away. Practice it with a metronome. Practice it maybe without singing if it's a strumming pattern. If it's maybe it's finger picking that you're working on, do one basic finger picking exercise. Or say there's a scale that's giving you trouble. Attack that first. And my last tip, is to save yourself a treat, something that's fun to play for the end of your practice session. So if you have a favorite song, if there's something that you're particularly motivated to practice, if there's a scale, or say you like to jam or improvise along to backing tracks, do that at the end. So save yourself a treat for the end. This will help you prolong your practice sessions, get more time with your instrument, and you'll also leave on a high note, playing something that you know feels good, that you know is fun for you, and to help develop that positive association with your practice. Thanks for sticking around, guys. I hope you found these tips helpful. There are links in the description to some other videos that relate to the subjects discussed, as well as free samples of my books, which can be very helpful for you, as well as the full versions, so please check those out. Make sure to drop a like if you got value out of this. Subscribe, there's more on the way, so hit the bell icon, and stay tuned for more guitar and ukulele videos. Thanks so much.